Okay. Now I'm live. Now I'm live on Twitch. Welcome, hello, and welcome to the stream. So we are going to stream on this channel instead of the other one, software development. I will just use the other channel for discovery, like to discover other art, music, and to discover art, music, and software development channels. Yeah, I will just stream on this one both art and software development. We used to stream before on this channel software development. Then I streamed on another channel, started streaming over there software development. Anyway. But I can't select the apparently the thing here. Can't select. I can't select the music. I don't know, on this game. I'm trying to set up a game, and then we can do some programming. But well, it's not programming. It's really we do some math basically, basic math. But it's good to learn like some basic stuff. I like R languages, but R language because there is not much. It's a very basic. It's a very basic structure, but you can learn a lot of stuff. I think, like yeah, basic mathematical structure you can do basic stuff basically. Basic math you can do, and if you can do basic math, then you can have some structure also. For instance, there is all in basic programming. There is all this thing that you need to give a value to something, a value, or you can say a value is equal to a name or something like that. So that's actually basic stuff, but that you can learn very good, very well with. No, this thing is not working at all. Okay, good to know. It isn't working. So let's just uninstall it. It's not working. It's not working. So we were doing. We could do actually Brawl Stars, I think. Mm. But I think I would rather check if I can install Dark and Darker and Dark and Darker. How much space we have now? Only that? Really? Let's restart Steam. I actually set up the quality higher on TikTok, so I hope it helps. I think I have it higher now. No, I don't have much space actually. I just noticed now. Indeed. So we can't even do that. We can't even install, uninstall. But I don't understand because I just uninstalled a big game. So why? What does it say? I don't have space. I could uninstall this, I think. Install. Okay. Cat. This one. I need to uninstall this. So, how much space we have now? No, it's still 18 gigabyte. What? So strange. Okay, let's. Is the emulator open? So I think I need to put the emulator over there. Otherwise, I can't open it. So this one not. I need BlueStacks 5. Where is that? It's not here. BlueStacks 5 I need. It's not here. Ah, here. This one I need over there so that I can click on it. Okay, let's open again BlueStacks and check what's going on. I actually uninstalled Genshin Impact, so I don't understand why it is still there's still so much space used. Genshin Impact. It's not installed. This thing is so strange. What does it say on the hard disk? I don't know. Anyway, we have installed as mobile games right now. We have the Battle Cats, Fate Grand Order, and Clash of Clans. They all work at I think Battle Cats. Yeah, they will all be working because With BlueStacks, I have no issues, so everything is working. Well, anyway, let's do some action. I haven't done R language in a while. I've been thinking maybe I just do R language and JavaScript, because with those two languages at least I can do something. I can make something. Like we can do HTML, CSS, R. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, R. I think that's actually the best that we can do. So we will be doing yeah, we just do some exercises on with R. Yeah, RDR language is good for analytics. So it's not really much focused on programming, but you can do programming. But I think at the beginning it's very good to learn like how to analyze data. That's why I find this language is pretty useful, because it focuses mostly on analyzing data. So I think that's why I was thinking this one is a good language. We were also streaming Java language, which is a best language for maybe for learning um, object-oriented programming. And I chose Java because I wanted to maybe Minecraft programming, but I don't know if we will be doing that, because I don't know. I mean, we could do all three languages and just switch between them. R, Java, and JavaScript. So we have a console, and I already did some other languages before, but I only started it and then I stopped. But I think I will be focusing for a longer time on R language. So at least we have something like that we finished. We finished then. Yeah, maybe, or maybe we just do our language. Our language is very basic, I think. So I don't know. I think JavaScript and Java, they get more complicated because with all this object-oriented programming. But like with R, it's kind of very simple. Also, even Python, it becomes so complicated. It becomes so complicated with all these libraries, full of library and stuff, and it's easy to lose track. At least I think if we do R from beginning to end, at least we can have a have a good basic structure. I think like a data analysis, for instance, we can do that first, and then we can move to something else. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe we can do also some SQL, and then we have both of those things. Like also then we have I think that could work. That could work. So we need to interact with console, which we have. So the program is already set up. You don't need like Visual Studio. You need to learn Visual Studio. You have already program is already set up. You can just start, and you're gonna need to enter anything to, I don't know, to call files, whatever, to call programs, whatever. I remember like in Visual Studio, I had to like to know what to push to open a certain language. So it gets more complicated. I mean, it's not at the level of difficulty as MS-DOS, but still, still. User interactive console. Yeah. And we need to input instructions with a precise in syntax. And it is a high-level programming language. Yeah. So I guess the data analysis that you can do with R gets very deep, probably. Yeah, without a probably. I think you can go very deep with R. I was guessing maybe this R analysis that you can do, you can even do like a very deep levels, probably. Yeah, because you can probably use a version of R that is using like C, which is the very basic, which is very deep structure of the it's a language that's very deep, like lower level. I think it's low level programming. Yeah, if I recall correctly, it's called low level. Yeah, you can go more to the algorithm structure, basically, how the computer works, But you need a special version of R that is using C to understand that. But that might be an idea. I mean, but first we need to learn R, and then what we might move to this to something else. I don't know. I mean, C. I heard people saying C is actually pretty useful. From what I recall, C is even faster. Some people use, I think, R, C++ together. But I guess to get from R to C++, it's kind of, because C++ is really complicated. It's a lot of stuff in C++. So, but I think if maybe I can find a book or something that talks about R and C. Maybe that could be a good idea to start to move over to that part. I had already did a course on R, but I think I always forget stuff. So I think I either stick to R for a longer time, so at least I can remember. I can remember better this. So you have a console for executing commands. And also this is an R extension. Yeah. I don't know if every language has an extension. I think so. Yeah. I think I was checking GitHub. I did a little bit of GitHub, like the basics of GitHub, uploading and stuff. Even though I probably have forgotten everything. And yeah. And I think that there were extensions to the languages. Yeah. So you could save in on GitHub with different extensions. .r is the extension of R. Yeah, you have the console where you execute the commands. There is a built-in editor with which you can write and save. To develop script, one has to create files, R files. Yeah, it's basically it's an editor. It's called editor. Okay, so the comments were done with this, which is not working. Why not? Okay, this one. Yeah, this one where, but if I write like this, then you have an error. Also, we need to change the language of this program. Apparently, I don't know why the language is in because the program is in English. Why are the messages, the errors in German? I don't get this. Yeah, you can also do a very good plotting. You can do the plotting. You can put all these points and do all these very nice good-looking statistics. So at least you can see something with R, you know. At least you can see something with R. If I would combine, I think R and JavaScript, then I could make stuff that I could probably I could. I don't know what, but maybe statistics that I can show on a web page or something like that. Not sure. It might be working. Might be a good idea. At least I can show something what I'm working on, either if it is gaming or statistics. And maybe we can just learn GIS instead of doing I don't know, because GIS there is this GIS open source software that which I was looking for into, but I don't know, because I did the course that I did was on was about GIS. What is it? It is geo information systems. So let's check if anyone is streaming software development. Yeah, probably. Is it only me? No, probably not. So what is there is are there Germans streaming this? I'm also installing again LibreOffice so that we can make it those 2D pixel things. Maybe we can combine all these things. I mean, if I could just I have already a forum which I created. Maybe we can just work on that and try to fix the graphics of that forum that I created. I need to check if the name of the forum is always maybe we need to change the name. I don't know if it is now Bayboy. Is that the name of the forum? Anyway, I think we could that because we have a server, so we could just improve this forum, how it looks like, and I don't know. Maybe it could be, I think, a start once we know enough of HTML, CSS. I know some basic CSS, HTML because I did those long time ago. I used to fix a bit. I used to fix a forum with HTML, CSS, but that was long ago. So there is this guy that's making a shooter. There's this guy that is, I don't know, doing C#. Oh, this guy plays Gothic 1. Oh, interesting. Mm. Oh yeah, Zanzuno. I think I know this guy from somewhere. Ah, this is the guy from Eidolon. Okay, he does also software development. I don't know. So, what next? Okay, what next? So we relearned how to put comments. Yeah, comments. Yeah, and comments ignore execution. They can ignore execution of the how is that name? That word. the ignore execution of, are those procedures? I don't remember the name. I think procedures. There is a name for those things. Instructions, yeah, sorry. Instructions, yeah. They ignore instructions. Comments ignore instructions for executions. Executions for executing stuff. Comments ignore instructions for executing stuff. Yeah. Okay, there's a working directory. There are packages. Okay. So is the mobile phone recharging or not? Yeah, I was thinking we do in the morning some, like, learn some programming. If I can, maybe as an objective that I can fix my forum or whatever, which I had created. Some basic HTML and CSS. The server is online, so I don't even need to pay for the server. I can try some things out, layouts, etc. So there are built-in commands. Yeah, one can load other packages. Yes, of course. I remember I once had even a version of R that had Lua. So I managed to run Lua in R, and Lua also a very basic language, but it's faster. It's faster than R. So R is kind of slow from what I remember. R is slow, but they use other languages to make it faster. And I will have to look what language is used on LiberSprite, the program that I use to make 2D pixel art. So I think if we can manage to make something out of these things, we can make an avatar for sure, but we can make I don't know if we can do some animation or something. I need to check what language we need for LiberSprite on LiberSprite to do art animations. So what is this guy doing right now? I don't know, doesn't say. Yeah, we'll have to look into the packages that we need. I don't remember anymore what packages I was using. All right, there is also one can use a command. No, there is a yeah, there's something to look up for help. There's an help function. Yeah, which one was the help function? I don't know. Was it? It's not like this, right? No, I don't think so. Oh, there is a. Oh, I see. There is something apparently. Help topic package. Help request. Help search. Button field. A propose keyboard. What is? Ignore. Hmm. So if I write topic, what happens? Topic. Nothing. Something is missing. Yeah, we'll have to look. I don't remember. I don't remember how to do that. But basically, there is this. Basically, this thing is the function. So, but if I write only help, I can also write only help. Okay, and then I write topic or something. Then there is something missing probably. It said there is no documentation for topic. In angegebenen Paketen und Bibliotheken. Sie können Topic versuchen. Okay, what is this? Topic. What does topic do? Oh, okay, cool. We found some stuff. Defunct functions in package base. Internal objects in package base is an object atomic or recursive. Ensure that root of R expressions, vector, creation, coercion, etc. Toxicity of nitrophane in aquatic systems. Isotopic composition, plutonium batches produce a color key typically for a level plot. Anatomical data from domestic cats and deprecated functions in package matrix. Monotonicity constraints for a cubic regression spline create parallel socket. Isotonic monotone regression fitted as a totic regression model. Self-starting, bit level representation of R atomic vectors. Okay, but these are not basic topics. These are not basic topics. Come on. I mean, the first suggestion that you get in this thing is this. What? Show R help. Oh, okay, you can go like this. Okay, R help, and then you have R resources, learning R online, which sounds cool. Getting help with R on Stack Overflow. An introduction to R manuals, writing R extensions, packages. But you can learn also from the apparently from R resources. So but if I push like this topic, it does say, I don't know, we have some topics apparently then, but they are not like they're not some basic topics I think about the language. And what is this learning R online? Oh, this opens a page on the browser. I see. So those are basically links that one has. I see. I understand. I had noticed that 3D program that is used to make art. I don't remember the name of the program, which is also for free, open source. Is uses actually Python to do the animations. Yeah, but I mean I can't learn everything, so we just stick to R for now. Maybe I could learn HTML, CSS, and finish it. We could just finish HTML and CSS. Accessing documentation. Yeah. Yeah, the help, there is an help function, but we tried the help function. I don't know what it means. We tried the help function, but it's not really working. So one has to look up here, over here apparently, help, and then click on the home button, and then one has all these options. And there are even there's a manual. Okay, there is a built-in manual for R. I see. This is an introduction to R, GNU, S, a language. Yeah, it used to be called S, the language. A language, and it's very old, very old language that predates Python. So before Python, R was the main language, I think, for statistical computing. Oh, this one does also graphics. What? Does R do graphics? I don't think so. Really? I remember someone like created something 3D, but I'm not sure. I think someone created something 3D with R on YouTube. It's similar to S System, which was developed at Bell Laboratories by John Chambers et al. It provides a wide variety of statistical and graphical techniques, linear and nonlinear modeling, statistical tests, time series analysis, classification, clustering. So a lot of stuff that you can do in data analytics. Yeah, this manual provides information on data types, programming elements, statistical modeling, and graphics. Yeah, okay. Mm. I think normally these like manuals, they are more there's less there's less in these manuals that are built in editors, in programming editors. Everything is more I don't know, more short. Yeah, short. Yeah. So we have basically, I don't know how many pages are those. I don't know how many pages are those, but it doesn't look like very big. So, and what do they have in this? This the R introduction and preliminaries, the R environment, related software and documentation, R and statistics, R and Windows system using R interactively, introductory session, getting help with function and features, R commands, case sensitive, etc., recall and correction of previous command, executing commands from or diverting output to a file, data permanency, removing objects, vectors, simple manipulations, numbers and vectors and assignment, vector arithmetic, generating regular sequences, geological vectors, missing values, character vectors, index vectors, selecting and modifying subsets of datasets, objects, their modes and attributes, intrinsic attributes, mode length, changing the length of an object, getting and setting attributes, the class of an object. Yeah, you learned some basic stuff like with R, like class, like a class. What is a class? Ordered and unordered. You can order and unorder have ordered or unordered vectors, numbers basically. A specific example, the function in regular arrays, you can make arrays. They're all basic stuff that you can learn in programming. That's why I think this R language is very good to begin with. There's a lot of basic stuff. Arrays and matrices, arrays, array indexing, subsections of an array, index matrices, the array function, the outer product of two arrays, generalized transpose of an array, matrix facilities. You can then you start doing matrices, forming partition matrices, concatenation function with array, frequency tables from vectors, list, constructing and modifying list, data frames, scan function, accessing built-in datasets, predicting data R as a set of statistical tables, examining the distribution of the data set of data 1 and 2, sample test, grouped expressions, control statements, simple examples, writing your own functions, grouping loops. Yeah, then you have also the loops. Loops are the kind of one of the first topics that one has with an object-oriented language. So you have first on this manual you have yeah, you start with vectors right away. Cool. So you start with vectors right away. Basically, already the second chapter you start with vectors. Vectors, modes, attributes, order, unordered, arrays. So vectors, arrays. So it's not the usual start, I think. I remember loops. Loops was one of the first topics that I saw in some books. I don't know if I think in the maybe Ruby. Ruby had as one of the first topics loop, or even Python. Arrays, and then you have list of data, list and data frame list. Yeah, they're making list of items, and then you have the loops. So after we've done vectors and arrays, vectors, arrays, and vectors, vectors, yeah, vectors, arrays, and list, you can do loops. Yeah, vectors, arrays, and lists, and loops and list. Yeah, list as well. Vectors, arrays, list, and loops. Yeah, grouped expressions, control statements, conditional. Okay, then you start with if statements. Yeah, yeah, you need a if statement to do. You need an if statement to do the loops. Writing your own functions. Simple examples: defining new binary operators, named arguments, defaults, the argument, assignments with function, more advanced topics, scope, customizing the environment. Classes, generic functions, and object orientation. Yeah, you have the classes. So do you have the classes afterwards? You get the classes. Let's see. Do this classes. Then you have analysis of variance. Okay, this also. Then you have the models. Yeah. variance. And you have high plotting, low plotting, parameters, device drivers, etc. You have the packages, you have files. File paths. Okay. So you have classes, but they are very like in the end. You get the classes and you get the like statistical models as well. And one can save sessions as workspaces. Okay, let's check that out. So if one goes over here and does open file, recent files, open project, and then you can save as, etc. I can't save right now? Why is that? I can't save. Save all. Save all? What is save all? I don't know. But it's kind of strange that you don't have the save option. Because we didn't make a new project, maybe? And what does it say when I do new project? It says new directory, start a project in a brand new working directory, existing directory, associate a project with an existing working directory, check out the project from a version control repository. Okay, you can also do directly, you can get the stuff from GitHub, apparently, which is also cool. I wonder if there are I wonder if there are some guides on how to use GitHub with R. I've never tried it. Looks like fun. Because I mean, I didn't like much of the Visual Studio stuff. Everything looks so complicated to learn. There are some other stuff that you need to learn, but maybe if you can use GitHub if you can use RStudio to connect it with GitHub and get stuff from a repository, I think it might be even, or upload stuff on a repository. It might be really cool. Scripts. Yeah, one needs to save the scripts. Yeah, scripts are basically, one could make a script out of a text, from what I recall, text file. Yeah, I think there is even like an editor that's called text something. If I'm not mistaken, there is one, or it has the icon note something maybe called the notepad. I don't remember. There's some editor that has the icon of yeah, of the text the files basically, like a notepad, I think note something. Yeah, it's called note something. Let's look it up. Note. The Node programming editor. No, there was another name. Notepad, yeah. Notepad++, a free Windows editor with syntax highlighting suitable for quick node with code snippets and notes. Yeah. It was Notepad++. Yeah. I had looked into the editors, so I remember a bit. User scripts, yeah. So if you save the scripts, then you can do in easily, more easy in an easy way. Then it is easier. If you save the scripts, then it is easier to debug and do version control. Specific formatting conventions. There are prompts for console inputs. There are prompts for console input, and there is also interactive output. Okay, no, I had no idea what it is. So then there are important are functions. So functions. Okay, so you have functions which we used. I think one, yeah, it was topic called topic, and but there is also the function called the library. So what happens? So if I write help library. Okay, help library. What does it do? Library. Okay, then you have all the examples that you can use. So you can create a function that is called library, and you can put in the function all these. I don't remember the name of these. Are those procedures? I don't remember the name of these things you put in inside the function. And then you have another function called require, and you put the stuff inside. So I think I like RS. This kind of looks like a basic. It's basic. You do a function. You put the different part of the functions inside the factors. Are these factors? No, I don't remember. Maybe I just Google it. I don't remember the name of these things that are inside the function. How are the elements inside of a function called? The elements inside the function are called parameters. Yeah, parameters and arguments. Yeah, sometimes they're called also. When defined in the function's declaration, and arguments when passed during the function call. Parameters. These are the variables listed inside the parentheses in the function definition. Those are the parameters. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So these things that you have, then you have like library. Where's like if you have the function library, and then you have inside the brackets. In the brackets, what you put inside the brackets is oh, there is x is missing because my x is not working. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. My x is not working, so funny. So if you put the x, then you have the x as well. So then you have all these are the parameters. You have the parameters. Okay, arguments are numbers or what? So probably, I guess that maybe the parameters are when you have only the letters. I'm not sure. And arguments are if you have the numbers. I'm not sure. Let's ask him. Let's ask Google AI, whatever. So arguments in a function are with numbers, while so arguments in a function are with numbers, while parameters the function are with letters and names. But I don't think it was that simple, the difference between arguments and parameters. No, that's not correct. Yeah, it's not that. Parameters and arguments are not defined by whether they are letters or numbers, but by their role in the function definition versus the function call. Parameters are the named variables listed in the function definition. Arguments are the actual values passed into the function, what is called I think I write it down. So you have yes. So and now it says the error because you haven't defined x. So you need to define first before you put them into a function. So, and what's the difference between parameters and arguments? So parameters parameters are the named variables listed in the function definition. They are placeholders and must follow variable naming rules, which typically allow letters. Yeah, but they are defined. So if you have an x, you need to define. Named. Yeah, but they are named means that they are defined. They were defined. You need to define the x that you put in the function. Yeah, they follow naming rules. Yeah, this is when you define the variable basically. Yeah, they are defined variables, and that's why you can use letters, underscores. Sometimes you can use numbers, but cannot be just a number. Defined function 7 is invalid syntax. You can also use numbers, but it doesn't provide an example. How do you use numbers in as a parameter? I don't know. Function name value, basically define variables. I think they are defined variables. While while arguments are actual values any data type actual values arguments are actual values in the function when it is called. Yeah, but I don't understand, don't understand what it means. Because when you call the function, then you get an output of the function as the next thing that comes out of it. Or, I don't know, or you define the function, I'm not sure. Now, first you need to define the parameters. You define a parameter, then you put them in the function, and you call the function. When you call the function, you get an output of the function. These arguments are actual values in the function when it is called, and are what? Any data type, including numbers. So they can also be numbers as well. So it's kind of, I don't know, I don't understand much. I don't understand very well the difference between parameters and arguments, but let's say parameters are defined while arguments, I don't know if they are defined. Because at least I saw that arguments were numbers, so you don't need to define numbers. Numbers are, no, you need to define them, I think. But in parameters, but maybe x like x as a parameter of a function could be must be defined as a number. So I don't really know, because if it says here like arguments are actual values in the function when it is called, it means that arguments are like x basically. So if you have like a function and in the function you have x, this x you need to define before you do the function. You need to define the x. Then when you have defined the x, then you say function is x, a function as x as parameter, and then as an output you will get out of this function, you will get function is x, which basically is the output basically, and you get then the arguments. I think that is what it is meant here. So when you call the function, then you get like if you defined x, you have the output of the function, which is the argument basically. Just my guess. It's my guess. So maybe I'm just saying bullshit. Functions. Yeah, so you have different functions. We have, what functions we have? We have as functions, we have as a function. options, get set you have library function, you have install packages function. I need a dot. Dot is not working. Dot install dot packages function, and you have the help function. Options get wd, set wd, library install packages and help functions. Can I clear console? Yeah, let's do that. No, oh, no. Can I clear the console only of one part of this? Because if I clear the whole console, then I lose the everything. So functions. Yeah. So I think it's a very good start. R is a very good language to start with. You learn a lot of basics, and then you can do more. You can get into object programming, object-oriented programming. I think you can even do object-oriented programming with R, but it's not. I think like for object-oriented programming, maybe Java is the best option. It's fast. It's used in business. You can use it with Minecraft as well. But I guess like for gaming programming, you need C++ or C Sharp. C Sharp. I think most people just try to move to C Sharp. So calling functions. So you understand how to call and interpret functions. Call and interpret functions. Then you have variable names, scoping rules, different ways to specify arguments. Variable names, scoping rules, and different ways to specify arguments. Yeah, specify arguments. Specify arguments. Yeah, I don't know what it means with specifying an argument, but it says before I write a function, I need to learn how to call and interpret them. So R uses scoping rules to organize data structures and functions. To organize scoping rules to organize data structures and function. Okay. And this is because so that different variables can coexist. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we can do only R for a while. At least we can do more of this and finish it faster. Because if I keep jumping on other stuff, then we don't finish this as well. Yeah, right. There are variables from different environments. Current environments, yeah. And then one has different environments. There's a lot of stuff. Hope we can finish tomorrow this part. How long did we do? 1 hour and a half. Welcome to all people that are watching. So I haven't done in a long time on this channel programming. I was thinking when we go back to programming, we do some R basics. I personally find I checked a lot of languages. I find R is it's very approachable as a first language to learn because you focus only on data analytics and you don't focus much on object-oriented programming, which is more difficult to learn. So I think R is a good place to start. And you don't even have that many libraries. So as a comparison, if you would start with Python, which is the main choice for data analytics, data analysis. Yeah, data analytics. You have those so many libraries, and you get kind of lost, I think. That's why I think that R is a good place to start. You can do some basic R. I already finished like, I don't know if 1 or 2 books of this, but and I did a course as well, but it was I don't know, a long time ago kind of. So I also was thinking to do this programming only on another channel, but I tried yesterday and it wasn't working as I wished. So I think I will just do on my gaming channel programming as well. I do art as well, my gaming channel. I have some art games as well. Yeah. So do we finish like the environments, or we do something else? There are matching, environment matching, and then it starts with conditions and loops already. Okay. Oh, there are already conditions and loops, I see. I see, already with conditions and loops, so fast. In the manual, in the RStudio manual, they don't start with, they start with vectors, arrays, and yeah, they start with, actually, yes, they start with loops right away. I think so, yeah. They start with vectors, arrays, and loops. They don't start with loops, they start with vectors and arrays and lists, basically. List, yeah. So, but here they are starting with loops. Or I think maybe this is some basic definition of loops, probably. Yeah, I think we just try to finish this a little bit. So there are environments. So data structures and functions are organized in different environments. And one has, so there are global environments, there are package environments, local environments. What else? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Environment and local environments. global means user defined objects package means specific packages specific packages and local means contain arguments and local variables. Contains, yeah, contains, yeah. Contains. Are contains. Yeah, one can find, one can search this environment and call functions, I think call functions, call to retrieve objects. Yeah, okay. Argument matching. Yeah, I think we do the matching and then I think I go offline. Or we do something else. Argument matching. There are different styles. Oh, I need the epsilon. Of argument matching. I've never heard of matching. Never heard of matching. What's matching? Never heard of matching. It's the first time I hear of matching. Oh, I didn't set up correctly here. Sorry. You couldn't see what I'm writing. Okay, now it's working. Okay. So the chat is there. So I am streaming also on, yes. How is it showing on? How is the stream showing on Kick? Steigen Sie im Level auf, indem Sie Streams ansehen und präsentieren Sie Ihr globales Badge overall. Anzeige. Okay, so it's shown. So the streaming is shown. Okay. Mm. Yeah, we could actually learn some. Maybe we could do the avatar first. I don't know. I don't know if we do the avatar. I think we just do R every day, so we can finish this faster. Exact matching. There are different styles of argument matching, which I don't know what it is. Never heard of it. This matching, no idea. Exact. There is an exact matching. There is a partial matching, and there is positional matching. There is mixed, and there is ellipsis matching. So inexact means oh, I moved something. Yeah, I think I moved the window. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I don't even know if you can read it. Read what I'm showing. Not sure. Or it's too small. Not sure. So exact means written fully. Means full names. Then and I can't save. No. That's why I like more the processing editor, because at least in processing editor I can save what I write. While and I can't do that with RStudio apparently. Not sure. Or maybe I just don't know how to do it. But on maybe because I didn't save the project. I didn't create a project. Yeah, maybe because I didn't make a project. Yeah, maybe we can do that next time a project. I don't know. First, maybe we can try make a project. Then we save in the project probably. We just started typing without thinking about it. Partial means short version. Short means never heard of this. Never heard of this matching thing. Is it really important to know this matching as the first thing you learn? There is positional. There's positional matching, which means supplied by position. Supplied by their position. I see. It does look like some way of organizing arguments similar to arrays. Similar to arrays. But I think like matching means that one has like two arguments that are paired or something like that. Not really sure. Mixed is a combination of the other methods. Mixed, yeah, combination. Combination. And then we have ellipses. Or maybe we could just finish the whole part. No. No, because we have masking after that. Yeah, no. We just finish with the matching for today. And then we have next time we have conditions and loops. Okay, got the ellipses. Allows variadic ellipses. What are ellipses? Variadic function. Variadic functions. I could give a shout out to this guy. Well, thank you for the follow. Someone followed me. KN KN _Ebenezer. Yeah, have a look at KN Ebenezer. He streams game development. Yeah. Blender. Yeah, the Blender was that other one that we didn't do. Blender. No, but I think we do some basics of art, which I don't know if we can maybe maybe it's even possible to learn R and do also that game development thing, because I saw there are some people that did that. It's not the optimal way, but I think maybe it's easier to learn to start with that. Because I mean, I feel like these languages, they are more complicated. Maybe many do this, like Godot, for instance. They do this Godot. I don't know which one is actually the most easier to learn. Probably Lua. Probably Lua is the easiest to learn. I mean, you can do some programming on this game called Garry's Mod. There is Lua. So, but I checked the books on Lua. They weren't that easy. I don't know. So ellipsis matching. Ellipsis means variadic functions. No idea what variadic means. Variable or variadic? What is variadic? Accepting an arbitrary number. Arbitrary number of arguments. I don't know. Without an example, it's hard to understand what it means. Because I don't know what this variadic means. I don't even know what arbitrary means. Like something arbitrary. I think arbitrary means like random. Maybe arbitrary is random. Not sure. I don't know, variadic, no idea, and arbitrary, no idea what it means. Arbitrary. Variadic and arbitrary. Okay, that's it, that's all. We can continue next time. Can't save this one. New project, new file. Let's just close everything. So what do we do? What do we do? Oops. What do we do now? It didn't even finish to copy the LibreSprite files. What the hell is going on? I think there is something that's not working. No, it's doing something. It's doing. Oh, because it is 188 elements. I see. Yeah, I think I go offline. Thank you for watching. See you next time. So, if anyone is there, we can maybe do raid. If not, I just go offline. I only see one viewer, so I guess there is no one there. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a nice day. Maybe I'm online later.